All right, well, even though Norfolk, Virginia was not too far away from the Mason-Dixon, this part of Virginia definitely south when it came to the Civil War. And even though we live in more civil times, reminders of a nation near divided still stand. And one of them is this week's postcard from Hampton Roads. Well, here in downtown Norfolk, the middle of the busy business district, is a beautiful monument that has been here longer than any of the tall buildings that surround it now. It is the Confederate monument to the Civil War. I want to introduce you now to Norfolk historian Peggy McPhillips.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi, and we watch folks walk by and whiz by in their cars, but people should really slow down and take a look.
And look way, way up. We call him Johnny Reb. He represents a Confederate soldier, as many southern towns have Confederate monuments, often in front of their courthouse. But if you think about him in front of today's MacArthur Memorial, which was the courthouse at the time he went up, it would dwarf it.
Right.
And besides, we were waiting for the statue of the general to go there. This actually was put up in Norfolk's busiest spot. It's the busiest spot downtown today, and it was when it went up in 1907. It was a commercial place. That's where people would catch the ferry to Portsmouth. There was an open-air market down there, many vendors. This was way before Granby Street developed as a business sector, so this was our primary business district.
And it, as you said, when it went up, it was huge.
It dwarfed everything.
Not so much anymore, and I know that it had to be taken down for a short time.
It was taken down in the 1960s when they built Virginia National Bank, which is now Bank of America. They took it down because they were afraid that all of the pile driving and so on would disturb the monument, and they had to move it over just a few feet from where it originally was.
What do you think it means to people today?
It is very much part of our history. When it was put up, the Confederate Daughters of the Confederacy were involved, the Sons of the Confederacy. There were still veterans of the Civil War alive at the time.
Yeah.
So they commissioned a local boy, William Cooper, who was a well-known, nationally known sculptor. He designed the monument and he built the soldier. He fabricated the soldier that went on top, and it was dedicated in spring of 1907, which happened to be right in the middle of the Jamestown Exposition. Just a coincidence, I think. So instead of the figures at the bottom, they originally had 4 cannon down there. And when they took it down, they moved the cannon away, and we have it as it is today.
And today, getting along very well in the face of progress, but still honoring Norfolk's history.
Exactly.
And the history of many southern cities,
many
as you mentioned.
southern,
All right, so the next time you're in downtown Norfolk, here on Main Street, take a few minutes to stop and look up at the Confederate monument. When you get here, tell them the Hampton Roadshow sent you. You know, one of the plaques on the side of it recognizes the last reunion that they had in 1951, and there were 3 Civil War veterans there.
Wow.
Oh, wow. For that.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of people get kind of emotional about the Civil War, and Peggy was saying, you know, it's time for people to stop looking at it like such an emotional issue, but just recognize it as, you know, a very important part of history.
Yep.
I like the fact that Johnny Reb was designed by a local person. William Cooper, I think it was. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a neat little spot. So thanks again to Pat Dowd for a nice job putting it
Good
together.
history once again. Johnny Reb.